I've been on a decluttering journey in 2022, working from room to room to declutter and attempt to live a more minimal lifestyle. I'm not there yet, but I've come a long way, and this marathon video is full of all of my recent decluttering projects. This collection of my favorite decluttering videos is meant to motivate you and provide you with a friend to hang out with while you work on some cleaning or decluttering in your own space. We're going through clothes, toys, bathroom items, and my basement, as well as a bunch of other areas around my home in these videos. I'm currently working on a full house decluttering series on my channel before we undergo major home renovations. So if you enjoy these videos, do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more, and let's get into the marathon.
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing on someone in denial.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week we are continuing on our decluttering kick, and we are going to declutter all of these bins that I brought up from my basement, and then there's also a couple other spaces in my home that we're going to be working on as well. So I hope this video helps to motivate you to declutter a space in your home, and let's get into it. Before we get into the decluttering this week, we're going to take a minute to talk about today's sponsor, Viver. Viver offers tough tools at affordable prices, but today we're actually focusing on their gas-powered pizza oven. I can't speak for everybody, and I don't know about you guys, but I could eat pizza pretty much every day. So I was thrilled to receive this product. That's kind of an understatement, honestly. And I knew you guys would be interested in this as well. Everybody loves pizza. I am still trying to perfect my method with this pizza oven, so I've just been making us individual size pizzas to get as much practice in as I can. I wish I could say that I make my dough from scratch, but we are not quite there yet, and this is store-bought. I do, however, shred my own mozzarella, so a little tip for you: if you've always used bagged cheese, try shredding your own. It's seriously a game changer. But I've always made my pizzas just in my regular oven inside, but this is way more fun, and it's like getting a wood-fired pizza right at home. I think it would be so fun to have a little pizza party this summer. I'm actually thinking about doing that for my son's birthday. He's turning 5 pretty soon, which is crazy. But we could set up topping stations and everyone could make their own. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes for your pizza oven to be ready, but it can actually cook your pizza in 60 seconds or less, which sounds crazy, but I can attest to it that it's actually true. You can also make steak, chicken wings, fish, burgers, and so much more in this pizza oven. I'm hoping to try those out soon, but for now, we've just been loving making different pizzas. This pizza oven is lightweight, it's easy to assemble. You open up the box, the legs just fold out, and you're pretty much good to go. It's also quick to disassemble by just folding the legs back in, and it comes with a cover for easy storage. It's actually quite small, which I appreciate because it doesn't take up a ton of space when it's not in use. We just keep ours in our basement, and it's easy to take back out when we're ready to use it. I can carry it up and down the stairs perfectly fine. It's that lightweight. And as an added bonus, it's very easy to clean. To clean it, you just need to wipe down the outside of the device with a rag, so it's super low maintenance. It also comes with everything that you need, like a pizza stone, a pizza cutter, gas pipe, all the accessories. So you can just whip up your pizza however you like, and you're good to go. This is honestly my new favorite thing. I can see us getting so much use out of it this summer. So if you're a pizza lover too, or maybe you know someone that would absolutely love this as a gift, I definitely know a few people, then be sure to click the link in my description box below. And I just want to say a big thank you to Viver for sending us over this pizza oven. It's been a ton of fun for us, and thank you for sponsoring today's video. If you're interested in buying this for yourself or for somebody else, I do have a discount code in my description box below, so be sure to check there for the link and the discount code. And thank you once again to Viver for sponsoring today's video. These are all of the bins that we're going to go through in this part of today's video. So some of these were full of toys that were Carson's when he was a baby. A lot of these were full of decor, and my style of decor has changed a lot through the years. I honestly haven't even decorated seasonally, other than for Christmas, just a little bit in probably a year and a half or 2 years. I've just not been into the seasonal decor quite as much, so I knew I needed to go through what I had, really narrow it down, and just declutter the things that I can't see myself ever using again. We did rent a dumpster, so I was able to throw a lot of things away, but anything that I felt like had value, I did list it on Facebook Marketplace, which you'll see in a minute. I did list a couple of things, but anything that was broken, just really old, not good anymore, probably didn't have a second life to it, did go into the dumpster. But anything that I could recycle, I did recycle, and anything I could donate, I donated as well.
Now I'm done talking. This time I might go out with my friends. And I don't want your sad blue eyes. You know everything about me. Like I need my territory. So why are you still so needy? You're in over your head. Phone is ringing, always at a bad time. Every time you flash.
It is so crazy to me the way that toys collect over the years. When you first have a baby, you just have a couple of things and it can all pretty much stay in their nursery or in the living room, and it's really not that bad. But then as they grow up and holidays come and birthdays come, and they just collect so many toys. So I had a bunch of bins full of baby things that I wanted to go through just to see if there was anything I wanted to keep for Sutton, and then I also wanted to clean them, obviously, because they've been sitting in these bins for years. Last Christmas, I didn't decorate very much at all because I was like 8 months pregnant when Christmas came around, and there was just no way it was going to happen. And my tree didn't even honestly end up getting any ornaments on it. So it was just a very minimal year as far as Christmas goes for me. But I've been noticing that over time, I've just not wanted to decorate that much at all seasonally. So my Christmas decor collection was pretty out of control. I want to say I had like 5 or 6 bins full of Christmas stuff that I never use. So this was a big thing for me that I really needed to go through and figure out what I could get rid of. So as I was going through these bins and I was finding things that I wanted to get rid of, I was just kind of shoving them all together in one bin that I could then go through to figure out what's going to donate, what I'm going to put in the dumpster, what I'm going to list on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm throwing it all together in that bin, but I did go through it again just to figure out where its final destination actually was going to be. I didn't film it because it's really dark in our basement. Our lighting is terrible down there in the part that is unfinished. So it just was not going to happen. But we did major decluttering in our basement in the last week because, like I said, we had the dumpster. So we went through every single bin, every single shelf. We spent hours and hours down there going through it all. And we were able to declutter so much, and now everything that's left I do want to go through and organize better because it's still kind of chaotic down there. There's just really no organization system, but the clutter is gone and it feels amazing. I have a tendency to hold on to things that I know I'm never going to use because they hold some sort of sentimental value to me. But I've been working really hard to try and remove myself from that sentimental feeling that I get towards possessions because you can end up just having so much clutter in your home because you just feel bad getting rid of something. And that's not good for any of us. So I've been doing really well with that. Something I've been doing if I'm having a really hard time getting rid of something that I know I'm never going to use is I'll take a picture of it and then I can look back at it whenever I want if I really want to, but I just do not need to carry around that clutter with me anymore. Here I'm listing a couple of things on Facebook Marketplace. These were Rae Dunn dishes that I knew I was never going to use, but Rae Dunn is very popular, so I knew somebody would buy it. Like just yesterday, I was filming with you still in my belly, and now you're here. Can you guys even believe how big this guy is getting? We're gonna do some more work today. He's a little hungry right now, so we gotta take a break. Just sat down to feed the baby and noticed that this chair got colored on. So we're gonna have to take this off and clean it. The struggle was so real trying to get this couch cushion off, but I did eventually get it and I washed it and the stain did come out. Something I've really needed to do for a while is go through my drawers because I did still have some maternity things that I no longer need that I wanted to put away. But before I can do that, I'm going to make my bed because I just cannot deal with trying to do anything in my room when my bed is not made. The project that I wanted to do in my room was to go through all of my clothes, declutter, donate things, but also I'm finally fitting back into most of my pre-pregnancy clothes, so I wanted to get that stuff put away, this was a very exciting day for me. I've been waiting for this for quite some time. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take everything out of my drawers. I didn't take everything out of this top one because I knew there were a couple of things that I wanted to get rid of, but everything was already folded nicely and I just didn't want to have to redo it. But I did take everything out of the other drawers. Before I could put everything back into the drawers or go through anything, I needed to fold a load of laundry. I have been trying really hard to stay on top of my laundry. I mentioned this in last week's video, but I've been doing a method where I have really, really small hampers. So I'm doing very small loads of laundry and it just helps me to stay on top of it. I don't get behind even nearly as much because the laundry piles are just never as daunting now that I've been using really small hampers.
I'm not gonna play nice. I'll be the witch you tell your friends about. I'm the crazy ex-girl you pretend you don't know, 'cause you know I could ruin your life. Rumor has it you have someone new. She'll regret you like a bad tattoo, 'cause you'll never change, you'll always stay the same. Go on and tell all your friends all about me. I don't give a nothing sticks to me, baby. Yes, hon, I'm Teflon, I don't give an F, so go ahead and tell them I'm a little bit too much for ya. Maybe you're not man enough, 'cause I speak my mind, yeah, I spit it out. I don't care about if you think that I'm a little bit too much for ya.
I've been hanging up the majority of my clothes just because I hate folding so much, so it's much easier to hang things than it is to fold them and keep everything folded and looking nice. But I do put my t-shirts away into a drawer, and also my jeans, and then anything I wear to bed I put into a drawer. So as I'm putting things into this drawer right now, I am also decluttering, so I'm just being very mindful about the things I can actually see myself wearing. And if you're wondering what's in the black bin, this is all my pre-pregnancy clothes, and I'm so excited to be fitting back into most of it. My husband has also been working on decluttering his clothes, and between the two of us, we dropped off like 5 or 6 bags, big full bags of clothes to donate just this past weekend.
Nothing sticks to me, baby. Yes, hon, I'm Teflon, I don't give an F, so go ahead and tell them I'm a little bit too much for ya. Maybe you're not man enough, 'cause I speak my mind, yeah, I spit it out. I don't care about if you think that I'm a little bit too much for ya. Maybe you're not man enough, 'cause I speak my mind, yeah, I spit it out. I don't care about if you think that I'm a little bit too much. Little bit too much. A little bit too much. A little bit too much. I'm a little bit
I used to have a really hard time decluttering clothing just because, like I said, sometimes I just can hold like a sentimental value towards something, and I really don't know why I do that, but I can attach myself to possessions pretty easily. So there was a lot of clothes that I had that I just really didn't want to get rid of because it was either gifted to me or I wore it at like some event 5 years ago, and for some reason now it meant a lot to me. So it's hard for me, but I have been doing so much better, and I can tell you that anything I've decluttered that previously held some sort of sentimental value to me, I have not missed those things even one time. So if you have a tendency to do that as well with your possessions, I hope this serves as some sort of encouragement for you that you can declutter some of those things and it will be okay.
oh, baby, baby, good at thinking out loud, but not too good at keeping promises. No. Oh, did you fool yourself enough to be proud? Oh, baby, baby, good at thinking. Even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never
I know you guys love my small closet declutter and organize videos, and I have another one coming out the middle of May that I'm very excited for, so make sure if you're not already subscribed to my channel that you do that and you turn your notification bells on so you don't miss it. This was my entryway closet, and it's a major transformation, and I'm super proud of it, and I think you guys are going to love it too.
fault. Now toss the salt. Don't you look at me like that, walking out the door like that.
This is how my drawers are looking now, so much better, and I'm loving that I have all of my old clothes back again. And then this is all of the stuff that I donated from this round of going through my clothes. Like I said, my husband and I donated like 5 or 6 bags full of clothes just this past weekend, and it felt amazing.
Baby, 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 baby. Even though your mama told you be the best that you can, she never warned you for the monsters dancing in your head, the devil on your shoulder, strung you up on a thread. But I don't need to tell you, hey, don't you look at me like that when you break my heart like that.
This cabinet in Sutton's closet, I really needed to go through. It has collected a lot of things that we just don't need. So I'm going through it, pulling things out, getting rid of them, and then I'm going to store a couple of the toys that we previously went through at the beginning of this video in this cabinet. So they're ready to go for him when it's time for him to use them. But he's still a little bit small. He's only 3 months old.
Like you're feeling sorry. Don't you look at me like that when you break my heart like that.
Of course, before I put any of this away into Sutton's closet and just have it ready for him when he's ready for them, I'm going to wipe them all down because they were sitting in bins for years.
Like you're feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Don't you look at me like that. Walking out the door like that. You're not feeling sorry. It's your own fault. Now toss the salt. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Oh, devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on, it's a devil on your shoulder. Devil on.
But this is the end of this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I know you guys love my decluttering videos, so I hope this motivated you to declutter a space in your home as well. Be sure to check out the pizza oven. The link for that is in my description box below, and then also take a look at the Viver website where you can get tough tools for less. Thank you so much for watching this week's video, and I hope you'll come back next week for another one.
I'm laying down it to compile it. Oh no, I see you only when you're balling. Oh no, I don't even care to doubt. I see you in a while, cause this time I will choose you, yeah. Now choose. You know exactly how to look like this. Holding in a
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am pretty excited to bring you guys an updated pantry organization video. The last time I organized my pantry was, I believe, back in December. I was like a million months pregnant, and you guys seem to love that video, so we are doing it again today. Things, of course, have become unorganized since then, but the system itself is still working for us, so I didn't buy anything new for this video. We're just working with what we got. I have a small pantry cabinet, so we're not a family with an overabundance of food because we just do not have the storage. So I like to think of this as a very realistic and relatable pantry organization. Anyway, first things first, we're of course removing everything from all of the shelves.
oh no, like I'm sudden but I'm steady. Oh no, and they tell me to move on, cause I deserve more, but still I wanna choose you, yeah. Now choose. You know exactly how to look like this. Holding in a bag full of goods and needs. I need a night like this. Knowing it's a risk, cause you're using it. You got all your secrets. I can seem to move this.
Things were not looking so good once I got everything out of the pantry, so we're going to clean this off by vacuuming and then also wiping everything down.
I'm by the byway, waiting for your lead. I don't wanna fall in love like this.
I noticed while I was vacuuming that there was just so much built on gunk and dust at the bottom of this pantry cabinet, so I wanted to take that shelf completely out and really wipe everything down on the bottom here and give it a good vacuum.
By the byway, waiting for your lead. I don't wanna fall in love like this, but I can't help to fall for.
Anytime I organize a space, I always take the time to make sure that I'm cleaning out the area that I'm working in. This is mainly an organization video, but this is a part of the process, and I like to show you guys everything from start to finish.
I don't wanna fall in love like this, but I can't help to fall for you repeatedly.
Someone told me in a comment once to stop showing close-ups of my dirty rags after I finish cleaning. So anyway, here's a close-up of my dirty rag, and this is all the dust that I got out of my pantry cabinet. Selfish right now. Just like the last time, I took everything out of my pantry, put it all out on my kitchen table where I can see it, and I can go through everything, find anything that may be expired or opened and stale, and just go through everything and categorize it all before I put it all back into the pantry. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm trying to do something in my kitchen, if my kitchen is a mess, I just can't focus, I can't get it done, and I can't do my best work. So before we do anything else in the pantry, I'm going to just tidy up a little bit, clear off my counters, because I know that when I go to take everything back off my table and bring it back in my kitchen, I'm going to be using my counters. And the amount of clutter that was on them just made them pretty unusable. Was so glad you came. Had we met before, laugh innocently, but it didn't feel like thunder or lightning, but something struck me. While we're at it, because I am known to spiral, if I start cleaning one thing, I'll start cleaning everything. We're also going to empty the dishwasher, and then we're going to load it back up with whatever's in the sink. If you guys are new to my channel, if this is your first time here and you're like, what the heck, why is she cleaning in an organizing video? I actually started as a cleaning channel, and my channel kind of slowly evolved into the organization. So I still really enjoy providing cleaning motivation and making cleaning videos, and like I said, to me this kind of intertwines into the organization, because I personally feel like I cannot do a project like that if I'm looking around and the rest of my house is a mess. So like I said, we're just going to load the dishwasher back up with all of these dirty dishes, and I had a few that I needed to hand wash. But yes, I am a pre-rinser when it comes to the dishwasher, and I think that you probably would be too if you saw the stuff that I have seen coming out of dishwasher filters before. It is absolutely disgusting. Sometimes it can look like they are growing limbs. So I prefer to pre-rinse all of my dishes, and my dishwasher filter has never looked like that. On a Saturday night. Did you pack the flashlight, the blanket, and the mat? If you're a mom as well and you're looking for a wireless, like hands-free pump, I got this one from Mom Cozy. I forget which one it is. I can link it down below, but it's actually pretty good. It works well. It's better than the one that I got through my insurance when I had the baby, but it's just so convenient to not be hooked up to a wall when I need to pump. So if you guys are looking for one, like I said, I'll put it down below. I was crappy, but you sang along, and I thought you knew I could die to keep you near. We've got a fire in the tent. It's 5:30 a.m. Let's be the kids who... We had a little bit of an incident last week where our basement was flooding. Luckily not in the new section that we just finished. It was on the other side of the basement, but still kind of scary, and we didn't have hot water for like a full 24 hours, which was super rough, and I will never take my hot water for granted again. We're here again at the same spot where we kissed the first time. I swear my pain's far Next time my husband tells me he can't do anything when he's holding the baby, I'm just going to show him this video of me walking around vacuuming with the baby on my hip. But seriously, this baby is like a stage 7 clinger. He is like obsessed with me, but it's totally fine because I love it. He's so cute and so tiny, and he's only this small for so long, so I cherish all of these moments.
Still, it's got nothing on you tonight. We've got a fire in the tent. It's 5:30 a.m. Let's be the kids who's left get in trouble again. That stuff's got nothing on you.
Next up, we are going to clean the floors using my steam mop from Light and Easy. You guys know I've never been a fan of traditional mops and buckets of water. I just do not believe they truly clean your floors. So I personally think a steam mop is the way to go if you want to actually sanitize your floors. And the cool thing about this one that really sets it apart from others is that it is not just a mop, it is a handheld steam cleaner as well. It comes with a ton of different attachments, so no matter what area you're trying to clean, there is a tool that will work perfectly. You can clean tough, dried on sticky messes with this. You can clean your bathroom with this, your floors, or your toilet. Right here, I had a Band-Aid my son had stuck on the floor that literally fused into it, and I could not get it off for the life of me. Like, it's been there for months, and this machine took it right off. And what I didn't realize at first was you can actually use this to degrease and clean appliances in your kitchen. So I cleaned the bottom of my oven with it, and it took like 2 minutes and seriously looked brand new. I was shocked. It was honestly better than any oven cleaner I've ever tried. This is a good quality, sturdy steam mop. It has a long power cord so you can mop a large area without worry. Something else I like about this one is that it has 3 different heat settings depending on what type of floor or surface you're cleaning, so it works on hardwood, laminate, and tile, as well as marble, grout, ceramic, and stone. Especially having 3 kitties running around our house with dirty litter box paws everywhere, I love the clean this steam mop provides, and just knowing my floors are sanitary for myself and my babies. And of course, I have to show you the dirty microfiber pad so you can see just how much this machine picks up. It's so crazy to me that our floors can be this dirty given how often I clean them, but at least I have my Light and Easy steam mop to keep up with the mess going forward. I'm of course going to have this steam mop linked in my description box below, so make sure that you check there. Get yourself some clean floors this summer, and I just want to say a big thank you to Light and Easy for sponsoring this week's video.
Aren't you tired of the drama? You use your words like they are knives.
Now that I feel like I can focus on this project, we're going to get started on organizing everything from inside of my pantry. So the first thing that I'm doing is going through everything, looking for anything that is expired, and then also reducing excess packaging. So if I have a package that has 1 granola bar in it, then I'm getting rid of that package and just keeping the 1 granola bar. And you'll see that I'm going to combine things as much as I can. So if I have veggie chips, to me that's the same thing as veggie straws, so I'm going to put it in the container with the veggie straws. And if that's weird to you, then I'm sorry, but to us it's totally fine. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that just to try and condense the clutter as much as I possibly can.
I will always get up again. You're looking at me so cold. Get over yourself, are you for real? Why are you looking at me so cold? One's love is now we're enemies. You try to make yourself feel better by taking me down. Once I felt
Another thing that I'm doing here is I'm kind of categorizing everything as I go. So I'm putting all of the sauces together, I'm putting all of the breakfast things together, all of the taco things together, and things like that, just so that when I go to put everything back, it's all already in the correct category, and it just makes it a little bit easier for me.
go on and shoot me down. I will always get up again.
I really do believe that having a good organized pantry in your home is very important for a couple of reasons. One being the financial part of it, if you can't see what you have, then you may go out and buy a bunch of things that you don't need because you didn't know that you already had it. And then the other thing is that you're reducing your food waste because you can, again, actually see what you have, and you're a lot less likely to let things go expired if you can see everything and everything is organized and nothing gets kind of thrown in the back into Neverland where you'll completely forget about it and it will go bad before you ever find it. So this is where we're at so far. Like I said, try to keep everything in like categories. So all of the taco stuff is together, all of the pasta sauces are together, and then I have my rice and macaroni together, some cake mixes in the back. This is all breakfast, so oatmeal, maple syrup, and then I have a bunch of my Elo containers that I had used in my previous video. I'm still in love with these containers. I will probably never change the type of containers that I use. They're so good. But anyway, this is how everything is looking so far. And like I said, I try to keep it all kind of categorized as I'm going just to make it a little bit easier for me. Now I'm taking things that I know are going to go back into the pantry and bringing them into my kitchen so I can get ready to put them back onto the shelves. This is all excess packaging that I was able to get rid of. And then over to the left, I have some things that I'm going to try and donate to my local food pantry. Carson's snack section of the pantry is always the first to get unorganized because he's 4. So that's pretty much why that happens, but I'm going to just put all of his snacks back out so that he can see them. And like I said, I'm condensing packaging, so I'm going to actually open up those rainbow goldfish and I'm going to dump them into a container that already had some rainbow goldfish in them because that just makes sense. And then I'm also going to combine the veggie chips into the veggie straws container. And I had some circus cookies that I did put in with the Teddy Grahams. Now obviously those are not the same thing, but it's completely fine. Carson is not going to care that there is 2 different types of cookies in one container. Like I said, I still love these Elo containers. They're just so pretty, and I also love that they have like non-slip silicone around them, so when I stick them in my pantry I can stack them on top of each other and I don't have to worry that they're going to slide around or they're going to fall off. Everything just stays put wherever you put it. Now the fun part, we're going to put everything away, and this actually was pretty easy for me because we didn't have that much stuff. We're not a family that keeps an overabundance of food, like I said before, because we simply don't have the space to store it, but also because it cuts down on food waste. So we typically just buy what we need going forward for the week ahead, and we don't keep too many extras. So come on, baby. So obviously I have some restocking that I need to do. This is pretty empty, but overall this is so much better. So I'm just going to show you guys what I ended up putting on each shelf, and I guess my logic behind it. So this one in the back, we've got sugar, oats, pancake mix. We have syrup since, like, you know, breakfast. Peanut butter I also associate with breakfast, so I try to keep all those together. And then in the back we have some peanuts and some almonds, which we don't reach for very often. So I just kind of put them in the back, but I know that they're there, so when I want them, I know where they are. And then I just stuck a couple of like our snacks, like I love these Parm Crisps, and then these are chickpea snacks that my husband likes. I just stuck them here just so that we remember that they're here. 'Cause sometimes things, especially in a pantry like this, can kind of get shoved to the back and you forget that you even have them. So I want them to be front and center, so when I'm looking for something to eat and I open up the pantry, I see that I have something healthy here instead of looking down at Carson's shelf and seeing the cookies. So put those right up front and center. And then this is a pizza dip that I keep forgetting that I have that I need to make, so I stuck it up here so that I would not forget about it. Also, there's kind of a debate over whether you store your syrups in the fridge or in the pantry. I've always stored mine in the pantry. They do say that they don't need to be refrigerated, and I've never had an issue with mold, so you guys will have to let me know what you do, but I know it's kind of like a heated debate, and I'm a pantry person for my syrup. On this shelf, I have everything dinner related, so spaghetti in the back. I have a couple of taco dinner kits that we definitely need to use. I think they're approaching their expiration. And then these are pasta sauces. This is a salsa, tricolor pasta that's like shapes, fun for Carson. And then we've got rice, macaroni, more rice. So all of this is just dinner related, and it's at, I think, a better height. I used to have the dinner stuff up here, and I feel like this makes more sense just for us being able to see what we have when we're trying to figure out what to make for dinner. And then Carson's shelf, I have a bunch of his snacks all right here laid out for him, so when he's looking for something to eat, they're readily available. And then this is like a combination of Teddy Grahams, Annie's bunnies, and circus cookies. So they're all in there. Rainbow goldfish, and then this is veggie straws. So he obviously needs some more snacks, so next time I go shopping, now I have room to put the snacks, which is really nice. And then for the baby, I have some oatmeal baby cereal, which he's really not eating yet. We did try it once just to see his reaction, but he's not really into food yet. So I actually had a ton of these, like way more than I could ever need. So I'm probably going to donate the ones that I'm not going to use and just keep these two. I don't even know if we'd ever go through two of them, because if I remember correctly, Carson was not a big oatmeal baby, so I don't know that Sutton is going to like it, but I have it just in case. And then the bottom shelf, this is stuff that we really don't grab often. So I've got my steel cut oats. I don't know why, I just don't eat oatmeal that often, but I do like to have it. And then we have some cake mixes, and then hot chocolate, teas, and then this is balsamic vinegar, and this is like some kind of fancy mustard that I've never used before, and we should probably use that. But anyway, this is perfect because now we actually have space to add some more things. It looks so much more organized. Last time I did this, I put all of the LO containers on one shelf together, honestly mostly for like the aesthetics of the video. This time I just put them wherever they made sense, and I think that this overall will work just a little bit better for us. As far as food waste goes, this really is not bad at all. So this is all that I'm throwing away, and I'm only throwing them away because they're already opened. This, I don't know why Carson opened that and then never drank it, but he just doesn't like the pizza goldfish. And actually this is not food waste, that's empty. He doesn't like the pizza goldfish, so we're getting rid of these, and they're already opened. I can't like donate those. And then these I thought were disgusting. I bought these one day and hated them, so getting rid of that. These are Fig Newtons we've had forever, and then 2 granola bars that Carson doesn't like. These actually aren't opened, so I don't know if I could add these to the donate pile, but we'll see. I don't know what they accept. I'm just gonna try to bring everything and see what happens. But yeah, as far as food waste, this is it from the whole organization, so I feel pretty good about that. And none of this is opened, so all of this I'm going to attempt to donate. I don't know who my husband thinks we are, but we are not going to eat these Bonza things. We've tried it before and it just didn't have much flavor. And then these also, I did not like them at all. I think he kind of liked it, but I'm not a fan, and I don't want him to make it again, so I'm gonna donate them. And then these, I think there probably is a mom out there who would be very happy to get some organic oatmeal cereal for her baby, so so these are all getting donated, hopefully, as long as they accept them. Once I get rid of all of this excess packaging and throw it in the recycling, that is the end of this week's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. and that it gave you some pantry organization as well as cleaning motivation. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I hope you'll come back again next week for another video.
It's electric when you kiss me. Never felt this way before. We're magnetic, wanna stay here, closer than close. Up in the clouds, I can see the whole world now. Breathtaking world, can't believe me.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This week we're continuing our decluttering and organizing, focusing on my living room and getting all the toys down into our new finished basement playroom. This is a huge declutter. This one was a long time coming. We finally gained back our living area and it's not a toy zone, so that's super exciting. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video and let's get into it.
We're closer to heaven.
If you've watched any of my previous videos, then you know that I have not been allowed to take down these magnet tiles on my son, but I told him that we were going to take them down, clean them off, and we're going to transfer them down into our new basement playroom, and he was fine with that. So I think just like giving him a heads up notice that I was going to do this, it was okay. But if I had just like surprised him one day and taken these down, I think he would have been crushed. So glad we did it this way, but I am so happy to take down his magnet tiles. They're just, you know, I've just been looking at them since probably December, so I was pretty excited that he let me do this, and I'm just putting them all into a basket to bring them downstairs.
Tonight, 'cause you make me feel like I wanna get lost in your paradise. You make me believe it's real. It's high up above from the ground. We're closer to heaven.
The aftermath, though, on this media stand, there was just mess everywhere, dust everywhere, slime, random things. He's finally kind of into the slime phase, which is unfortunate for me because I do not like it at all, but he likes it, so I try to be supportive as much as I can and just tell him to keep it off of my furniture. But we're going to clean up everything off of this media stand, and then we're going to wipe it down. This little piggy bank I got from Amazon. I think it's super cute. And those are fake bugs that I think were also from Amazon, and unfortunately they didn't make the cut. They did go into the declutter bin. I had a pretty exciting delivery while I was filming on this day, so we're going to open it up and I think you guys are going to love this. So I had a big empty wall in our new playroom and I'm not the best at decorating, so when Mixtiles wanted to work with me, I was pumped. I knew this would be perfect for the space, so thank you to Mixtiles for partnering with me for today's video. Mixtiles are seriously the easiest way to decorate your walls. They take about 5 minutes to put up. No tools are required. They just have a special adhesive strip that will stick to any wall, and what's even cooler is that you can actually move them multiple times without damaging your walls. They're also super affordable at only $11 a tile, so I got a whole bunch of our family photos. I used the Mixtiles website on my iPhone to place my order. It's very user-friendly and only took me a couple of minutes, and the quality of these prints is fantastic. I was so impressed when I opened up the box. I picked 9 tiles to go into our new playroom, and I wanted them all to be fun and colorful. They just added so much life to an otherwise bare wall, and I'm obsessed. I laid them out onto the floor and arranged them how I thought I might like them on the wall, and then I just got to work. But like I said, if you put some up and you decide that you don't like where they are or you want to switch something out, you can easily do that without damaging your walls. I had some leftover tiles, so I stuck them all over my house, in my entryway, some in the nursery. I just love them. I'm going to leave a link down below as well as a discount code, so be sure to click my link in the description and use code Catherine25 to get 25% off when buying above $50. This is valid for 30 days. You can also scan the QR here on the screen. This little white table was an absolute disaster. Carson loves to use this table for like his craft. Sometimes he eats at it. So it takes just a beating. And he also is really into scratch pads right now, like scratch art. And I don't know if you guys have ever done those before, but they make a big old mess when you scratch off everything to make your art. So this table needed to be cleaned very badly. So I'm just going to take the whole table out. I'm going to clean it off really well. I ended up using some magic eraser sheets to try and clean it as well. And then it was just so bad that I decided to sand it down a little bit and spray paint it. So you will see me doing that here in a minute.
You're my best friend. Didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep. In your worn-out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young, be young, be young. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young forever. Cause I'm thinking we'll be young, be young, be young. Cause I'm thinking we'll be. Where did it begin? Where did it end? Hanging on loose strings, unable to bend. I never listened, trying to prove it, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you, you and me so clueless. We were just broken, shattered, singing along to nothing matters. Stray around like nighttime rumors. We were in too deep. In your worn-out sweaters, thinking we'll be young forever. Driving in your mom's old hatchback, and we were in too deep.
Here I'm just filling up a bin with things that I'm going to bring downstairs into the new playroom. The only things that I left upstairs were arts and craft related things and a couple of games that we like to play together, like we have a dinosaur bingo and sometimes we play Jenga. So I did leave those upstairs. And then as far as toys go, the only toys we have are what is stored in Carson's room and toys that are stored in the basement downstairs. We're not going to keep toys in our living room any longer. I honestly think Carson is going to play better this way. I think that just having all those toys out in his face all the time overwhelmed him more than anything, and he just wasn't playing very content with anything. So I'll let you guys know if that's how it ends up going, but so far it has worked out pretty well.
I will make you feel inside. You keep talking and I'm listening, but could you try to shut up? I'm almost getting dizzy now from the way you bum me out. I know that you wanted me to be someone I'm not. Give you all my love and never mess it up. But I won't be pretending that I have some hidden love for you, baby.
I think I mentioned this in last week's video, but we had a whole bunch of stickers that were stuck into the inside of this media stand here. So I'm finally going to get rid of those, and I despise pulling up stickers. And I know there's easier ways to do this, like I could grab some lemon essential oil and that will help to scrub things off, and I've been given other suggestions before in the past as well. but I'm just lazy and this is just the way that I did it. So maybe next time I will come to the task more prepared, but I'm hoping there's not a next time because stickers are like my arch nemesis. I do not like them one bit, and I don't buy them personally for Carson, but somehow they always end up in my house and I'm just not a fan.
Just leave me alone. Ooh. Take a hint, don't be so selfish. I'm trying to make it easy, point you in the right direction, yeah. Could you stay away from me? 'Cause if you go to heaven, then I wanna go to hell. Think I would do well for myself, because I'm way too passive aggressive for you, babe. I know that I can be too.
You guys will see the organization system that we're going for in the basement in just a little bit when we finally head down there. But for now, I'm going through all these bins. These bins are going to go into that organization system. I just didn't want to bring them down there before I went through them because they have just collected so much junk and miscellaneous stuff and things that just don't go together. So I really scrutinized these bins as I was going through them, and I decluttered a ton of stuff. And it's been over a week since I filmed this video, and Carson has yet to ask for a single one of the things that I took out of these bins, which makes me very happy because typically he remembers and he keeps like a mental inventory of every single thing that he has. But I picked things that I really never see him touch. So went through all the bins, cleaned them out, wiped them down before I bring them downstairs because I don't want to bring a mess down there that I'm just going to have to bring back up. I'm trying to start fresh here.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't talk about mistakes. It's not like you get a retake. I'll never feel like you do, babe. Even if I try to, even if I try to, even if I try to, I'll never feel like you do. I keep on thinking back on it. When we escaped with our first real paycheck, wasn't much, but we needed less, yeah, than we do now. We were driving along the coast. I felt the ocean breeze on my face. Wanted to go as far as we ever could. So many years have passed.
We are still on the hunt for a couch for downstairs. We had our eyes on one from IKEA, but we went there and this couch needed 3 boxes, and they had box number 1 and box number 3, but box number 2 was nowhere to be found. So unfortunately we left without a couch, which really stinks because it's kind of a long drive for us. But we're going to go back hopefully and find this couch. We need something really small because the basement playroom, the door is very narrow to get in, so we can't bring in anything bulky and crazy, and IKEA is good for small spaces. We also don't want to spend a lot of money on this because this is just a playroom couch. We don't need this to be like super durable and amazing. It just needs to function.
Everything that we lack, nothing compares to the freedom we had. I would do it again if you say the word. So many years have passed, but even though we were broke as hell, I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. If I throw a coin down a wishing well.
Now I'm just working on going through all of the things that are kind of splattered around on my floor. A lot of this honestly went into the declutter bin as well, so I did get rid of a ton, which felt so good. But some of it did go into Carson's room because if you guys have seen, I did like a whole closet makeover for him, and he has toy storage in his room. So if anything was out of place that belonged in his room, I just brought it back down to his room.
All of the things we went through. 'Cause even though we were broke as hell, I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change anything. If I throw a coin down a wishing well, I wish I could feel it again, the way that I felt for you then. 'Cause even though
We found love here. Together we will shine, but we know we're running out of time. 'Cause we met like strangers in the night. Don't tell me it's over. Now you got that something in the way you smile. I see that spark lights in your dark blue eyes.
This carpet is like fully destroyed, which I've mentioned a bunch of times in like all of my videos. It's so bad. So we actually just bought the product for our new flooring. So that should be happening within probably the next month, I would say. We'll get the new floors, but it's going to be a big project because our floors are not level at all. So the contractor that is doing the work is going to have to level out the floors, do a bunch of demo work. So it's going to be a big project. I'm not looking forward to the work, but I am definitely looking forward to the end result. I cannot wait. So this pile is everything that we're decluttering, which is actually a lot. I'm pretty proud of myself. And then all the other toys, the ones that are on the couch, those are all, well, there's one thing that used to be Jason's when he was a kid, but the rest of that stuff is like Smashers related stuff, which he's really into right now. So I'm gonna find a place to put those in his closet, in his room. But otherwise, there's no toys in here anymore, except for like the baby's playmat, and there's like games and art related things in that media console over there. But I feel like we're getting our living room back and I'm so excited. Obviously no amount of vacuuming is going to save this rug, but we're actually getting our floors done. We just purchased them officially, so we should be getting them done, I believe, in the next couple of weeks, and that's going to be super exciting. It's going to change the whole entire house. I'm just thrilled to get it done, but this looks a million times better. I'm so happy. Now we're just dumping all of the things that I've decluttered into a trash bag, and then I'm going to wash these bins out since I'm planning to bring them downstairs and put them in the new room.
Together we will shine, but we know we're running out of time. 'Cause we made like strangers in the night. Don't tell me it's over now.
Okay, so here we are. We're in the new basement playroom, and this is how we have the toy storage set up so far. So we got two of those, I believe they're IKEA Trofest organization systems, and we put them right beside each other. All they had the last time we went was the small bins and the large bins, which was kind of unfortunate because I wanted some of the medium ones. But of course, I'll just make do with what we have, and then if down the line I go back to IKEA and I find that they do have the medium-sized bins, I'll just get some of those then. But you'll see there's still going to be a ton of empty bins. We're definitely not finishing this organization project today. This is mostly just a really good start by bringing all of the living room toys downstairs. But this closet, I'm going to put his dino trucks in it for now, but we still need to put shelving in there, so we can't really do too much in the closet until we do that project. But this is where we're going to leave off on this project today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video so far. There's going to be so much more organization happening down here. Like I said, I want to label everything, but it's a work in progress. I can only do so much when the baby's napping. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you again to Mixtiles for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to click the link in my description box down below to check them out. Thank you so much to all of you for watching. I hope you'll come back again next week, and I'll see you next time. So my big decluttering project today is all of Carson's clothes. I haven't gone through his clothes in a really long time. This is so overdue. And with his birthday party and the bathroom renovations and all the things going on, I have not folded his laundry in so long. And I think that he just has too much, and I think that I need to narrow down his collection of clothes and kind of have more of like a capsule wardrobe for him. You can't really have too much of a mess if you don't have too much of something. So I think that by narrowing down his clothing collection, it should be a lot easier for me to stay on top of his laundry. I'm of course going to clean his room too, but my main focus right now is this clothing decluttering project because it's really hard to find him clothes every day when everything is in laundry baskets. So it's gonna make my life easier, it's gonna make his life easier. I think that if we narrow down to maybe like 10 shirts, 10 pairs of shorts instead of like 30 shirts and 20 pairs of shorts, it'll just be easier for everybody. So we're gonna work on that, and I do have the baby with me, so hopefully he will cooperate while I'm filming, but he's kind of already fussing. He took like a 10-minute nap on the way home from Target, so now he thinks he's fully rested, but he is not. So he's gonna be cranky until he gives in and lets me put him back down again, huh buddy? I tried when we got home, but he was just laughing at me, so this is where we're at. I brought everything out into the dining room so that I could work on the table. I find that that helps my back hurt a little bit less when I'm dealing with this much laundry. My dining room table is pretty much the perfect height to fold at, so I try to do this when I can. But what I'm doing here is I'm just going through every single piece of clothing in the bins, and the things that I'm putting on the table are things that I'm keeping, and the things that I'm donating, I'm kind of throwing aside, and then I'll sort them later. If you guys have been watching my channel for a while, then you know I have been wearing glasses for a couple of years now. I'm really excited to share today's sponsor, Pair Eyewear, so thank you to them for partnering with me on today's video. I'll show you what's so cool about these in a second, but for some context, I ordered the Finley frame, and you can get this with your prescription. So that's awesome, and it's much more affordable than other frames. I spent over $300 on my glasses last time I bought frames, but you can get frames from Pair Eyewear for only 60 bucks. What sets these apart though, and you guys are gonna love this, is that you can switch up your style whenever you want using their toppers. They just snap right on over top of your frames. So for me, I was mostly excited that I could get a sunglass topper because I did not have prescription sunglasses. And up until now, I would pretty much just have to live with the sun in my eyes because I can't see without my glasses. But I did also pick out a few other toppers. One is just black, and the other one is called the Cobalt Split, and it's a nice pop of color if I'm ever feeling like switching things up from the neutrals. I have never seen glasses like this before. I think they're just so cool and unique. So if you guys are in the market for a pair of glasses with endless options, I will leave a link in my description box where you can get 15% off.
I'll be the witch you tell your friends about. I'm the crazy ex-girl you pretend you don't know, 'cause you know I could ruin your life. Rumor has it you have someone new.
I wanted to keep some things for Sutton, but the issue that I have with my kids is that one was born in January and one was born in July, and Carson was born kind of a big baby. He's always been in like the 99th percentile, but Sutton is more of like an average size, normal size baby. So he's pretty small, at least to me, and so far he hasn't fit into much of Carson's hand-me-downs. So I'm hoping that some of the things that I save will fit him at some point in the correct season, but I wanted to be mindful of that instead of just keeping every single thing that I had of Carson's, because chances are Sutton won't be able to use all of it. When it comes to big decluttering projects like this, I try to just take it one step at a time, and sometimes it takes me multiple attempts before I get it right. So this day I was kind of separating things out where I thought they would go, like donate versus keep or trash, but I did end up going through these bins again, which you'll see later, just because I felt like the ratio was a little bit off of what I was keeping versus what I was donating, and I really wanted to declutter as much as possible.
I don't care about if you think that
sometimes I really put this stuff off, but then when I actually get into it, I get the decluttering bug and I just want to declutter everything. So sometimes just getting started is the hardest part, but this started off as a clothing declutter, and then you guys will see I ended up pretty much decluttering Carson's entire bedroom. And once I did this, I seriously felt so good, and now I'm kind of inspired to go ahead and declutter every single room in our house. You guys know I have been working on decluttering my house pretty much this entire year, but we have had a lot of life changes in the last few years, so much stuff has accumulated, and like I said, you don't always get it right the first try, so this is a constant work in progress for us, and I would love to end up living a more minimal lifestyle with less stuff in our house, and that's kind of what I'm working towards. So I was thinking of starting a decluttering series dedicated to just decluttering every single room in our home. So if you guys are interested in seeing that and going room by room in each video, make sure that you leave a comment down below letting me know.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed, 'cause baby I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live 'cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna.
Now that we have done the majority of the sorting, I'm going to fold everything that I'm planning to keep, but I made sure while I was doing this to pick every single piece up and really take a look at it and see if maybe it had any rips or if it had any stains that I hadn't been able to get out. And I was able to weed out a few more things by doing this and get rid of just that much more. I find that clutter is just constantly finding us right now, and it seems like every single time we get rid of a whole bunch of stuff, more things come into our house. Like, for example, Carson just had a birthday, so we brought in a bunch of new toys when I just recently did a toy declutter. So it just feels like a never-ending cycle of things coming in, and then I'm constantly trying to get rid of things, and I don't really have the answer to how to end that cycle. And I think that while we have young kids, it's going to be very tricky, but I'm just trying to be more mindful of the things that I'm bringing into our home. And sometimes it can feel really overwhelming when I'm trying to clean. I just feel like there's stuff everywhere and I don't know where to put any of it because our house is pretty small. And to me, that just tells me that we just have too much. So I'm constantly trying to declutter to make my life a little bit easier, to make cleaning up a little bit easier, and to just overall be a less stressed person, because clutter makes me extremely stressed. But if you're in the same boat and sometimes you feel really overwhelmed by the clutter and you just feel like you can't stay on top of it, I just want you to know that I see you, you're not alone, and we're all in this together. I'm trying to do voiceovers right now with a very tired baby who is fighting his nap. So if you guys hear some yelling in the background, it is just my 6-month-old fighting sleep, which just seems to be the story of our lives these days. So this is what I've done so far. I've put everything into different bins. So this bin as of now is like the save for Sutton bin for when he gets bigger, and then this one is the donate bin. I think I want to go through this bin again just to be really realistic with myself, because in 4 years time when Sutton is fitting into these things, maybe styles have changed, or maybe I just want to buy him some new things. So I don't want to have too much hand-me-downs that I'm ultimately not going to use, since they were born in opposite seasons, and so far I haven't been able to use a lot of Carson's hand-me-downs for the baby because of that. So I think I'm going to go through this again and just try to be really, really ruthless with myself, even though I've told you guys before I have a very hard time letting go of my kids' clothes. It almost feels like I'm like throwing away their childhood. So I'm gonna go through this again, and then this bin is all the things that I'm planning to keep as of now, but as I'm putting them away I may make some changes. But there's still some things in his dresser that I need to go through, so we're gonna go through that next, and then we will deal with this again.
Tell me when it's over, I got someplace that I gotta be. It won't leave. My friends say, get out of your comfort zone, it's a blessing in disguise. Get out of what you call home, your name is written in the sky. It might feel just like you're on your own, but baby, it's another lie. Remember, you were made. I try to work, but it doesn't work. I try to say something, but there's no word. I try to justify my actions, less reactions, heart be raising. Oh, it doesn't work.
Both of my kids' dressers have pretty big, deep drawers, which I actually find kind of difficult because obviously they're still really small. So I can't fill these drawers, and I don't want to do that either. But I find that after I spend all this time organizing their clothes and folding them in that filing method, and it looks really nice, Carson will go ahead and open his drawer to find something to wear, and everything will fall over because there's just too much empty space. So I like to use drawer dividers as much as I can, and the ones that I'm currently using are the Scub ones from IKEA. But I do think I want something a little bit more sturdy to kind of push his shirts and his pants and things forward so that they are less likely to fall over. These ones work great for like his pajamas and his underwear and socks and all that stuff, but just the shirts and the pants, I think I need a better solution. So I may end up buying one of those adjustable drawer dividers to help push everything forward and make it less likely to ruin all the hard work that I put into folding every single time the drawer gets opened.
Work.
While I was at it going through all of his clothes, I also went through all of his sweatshirts that were in his closet and weeded out the ones that were just too small for him.
Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means.
Now we are sorting through all of the clothes that I'm planning to keep versus donate, and I made some major progress when I did this the second time. I was a lot more ruthless with myself and able to part with a lot more things than I had originally planned the second time I went through it. So this is where we were at. This is the donate pile, and this is the keep for Sutton pile. So big changes here. I did a good job thinning that stuff down. So I'm gonna get a bag for all that to go in. This I'm gonna put into that black bin over there. That's actually why I've had this bin in here forever. And I've just been putting this whole project off. So I'm gonna get all that folded and put in there. These are socks that I don't have matches for. I'm not playing the game anymore where I keep the ones that I can't find the matches for and hope that I find them. I'm just gonna get rid of them and get him some new socks. And I think this time I'm just gonna get him a bunch of socks that all look the same, so it's a lot easier for me to keep track of them, and I'm less likely to end up with a bunch of mismates since they'll all match each other. This is how things are looking in the drawers. So these are all of his pajamas. These are a couple of looser shirts that I think would work well as like night shirts and comfy shirts. And then in this drawer we have all of his short sleeve shirts, and I'm using this right now to kind of push these forward so that he can see better what he has. Obviously I kept more than 10, but this is really not bad. This is manageable for me, so I'm very happy with how many short sleeve shirts he has now, but I'm gonna try and find something better to like push his clothes forward. Maybe like one of those adjustable drawer dividers or something, because it's hard for him to see what he has when they're all back here. It kind of goes pretty deep, so I think it'll be easier for him if they're all kind of pushed forward. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Down here I have his shorts. There's really not much in there, so that means I should probably buy him a couple more pairs that actually fit him. All the ones that I put into the donate pile or in the keep for Sutton pile are size 5T, which he really doesn't fit into anymore. They're just a little bit short because he's quite tall. So I'll get him some shorts that actually fit him to replace what he's lacking in here. In this drawer we have underwear, and then we also have his socks. So that's all he has right now that I could find matches for. So I'll just, like I said, get him some that all work together so I don't need to be just having such a hard time finding matches. And then that's a bathing suit top. And here we have long sleeve shirts. So this is all he has for long sleeve. I'll definitely need to buy him some more when we approach the fall and like back to school. So this is all he has left that still fits him. And then finally down here we have pants and sweatpants. He's definitely going to need some more jeans for school. All he has is this one pair. So we'll definitely have to go jeans shopping, but he's good on sweatpants. So don't need to buy any of those for this season.
Is everything pale and cold? Can't seem to pick up my phone. It's been ringing all day long. Behind these clouds, I know the sun will be, but today's raining, so be patient with me.
This bag was super heavy, and I was so proud of myself for everything that I was able to get rid of.
Must be somewhere the sky is blue. I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything else than doing nothing. I'm too tired to rest, too tired, I'm blue. Can't do nothing else than doing nothing. Inside my room, the heat's like a warm embrace. My bed feels like heaven. I lose track of time and space. Behind these clouds, I know the sun will be, but today's raining, so be patient with me.
Like I said earlier, once I finished the clothing declutter project, I felt so inspired to go through the rest of Carson's room and really just get rid of some things. So this bin was full of a bunch of miscellaneous toys, little pieces, and things like that honestly sometimes I'm afraid to throw away because I'm so scared I'm going to throw away some little piece to a toy that he needs, and then the toy is no longer going to function and I'm just going to feel really bad. But sometimes you do have to go through and just throw away all those little dollar store toys or the McDonald's Happy Meal toys or just the little things that come in the Kinder eggs and stuff like that. You just can't hold on to that stuff. It creates so much clutter and unnecessary mess. So if you were looking for a sign to go ahead and guiltlessly throw away some of that stuff like I did, then this is it. Go grab that bin. We all have it, and just toss all that stuff because you don't need it.
I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything I'm acting surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights, even though they're so overdue. We had a fire, now we're watching it burn low. Isn't it time we go?
Like I said, Carson did just have a birthday. He turned 5 and he's really into Lightyear right now. I don't know if you guys have gone and seen that movie yet, but we took him to go see Lightyear. It was his first time ever at the movie theater and he had so much fun. But he, of course, got some Lightyear toys for his birthday. So I'm not sure exactly where they're going to go yet in my house. I need to figure that out. But they were laying on his bed, so I just put them all aside for now.
Struggling to come through. We had a fire that we watched it burn out. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time.
And this is the end result of everything that I was able to toss. These were just the odds and ends that did not have a place and definitely did not need to be in my house anymore. Now we're just going to pick up Carson's room a little bit. We're going to make his bed, put away his blankets, and I will continue to declutter when we go into his closet.
Surprised, but I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights. Think I'm losing my mind, but I guess that's what love do.
If we have a wide open surface in our house, it will become a catch-all. No surface is safe, including Carson's dresser, so I'm going to clear this off and get rid of anything that was trash or just something that I knew we didn't need anymore. Now we're going to work on sorting through Carson's book collection. He has been so into reading lately, and we've taken in a bunch of new books that we just don't have room for in his closet. So I do want to get him bookshelves in his room. I just haven't found ones that I like yet, so we're still storing them on the shelf in his closet. But anyway, I wanted to sort through them, get any of the seasonal ones out of there and stored away until that season comes around, get any books that may be more baby appropriate and take them out and put them in his brother's room, and then any that we just don't read or are extremely damaged, I did end up getting rid of. The ones that were in good condition, I did donate to the library, so if you guys have extra books lying around your house, just know that you can do that. I'm sure everybody knows, but just in case you didn't, that is an option. We recently joined a book subscription service, and it's called Literati, and it's something that they tailor the books to your child's age and interests. And so far, we're really loving it. So if you guys are interested in Literati, I'll try to leave a link down below if I remember to add it. I can have a really hard time saying goodbye to Carson's artwork, even if it's literally just stickers on a piece of paper, but I really thinned it out on this day and that felt really good, so I didn't have quite as much paper clutter all over his room, and he is not going to notice that any of it is gone. Now I'm just doing one final sort of the books just to separate out the ones that are going in the baby's room versus trash versus seasonal, and ones that we're going to donate. And then I'm going to vacuum up Carson's room. But that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Don't forget to check out Pear Eyewear. The link is down below in my description box. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this declutter and it inspired you to go ahead and declutter a space in your home. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I hope I'll see you again next week for another video.
I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go. 'Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This week we're tackling another small closet. This time it is my bedroom closet. This is another space that hasn't been touched since we moved in and was due for an extreme declutter, clean, and organize. We're going to take every single thing out of the closet, clean the space, and go through every item Konmari style. I was able to declutter so much from this space, as well as in my nightstand and other clutter that has accumulated in the room over time. We're also starting a bit of spring cleaning as well, so I hope you all find this video super motivating, and let's get into it. The first thing that I did was throw my duvet cover into the wash. I wanted to get all of my bedding clean, and since I have to run my duvet cover separate from my sheets, it takes hours. So I used some OxyClean to get out any stains, one of which was orange marker that my 4-year-old left open on my white duvet cover.
You see my body rush for the escape. While my heart wants to stay.
Our closet is super tiny, and it has been piled high with stuff that was thrown in there when we moved in and really isn't even a usable closet. We had plans to have an addition put on our house for a master bedroom and a master closet, but it is not looking promising to happen anytime soon, so I knew it was time to finally tackle this room and just make the most of what we have to work with right now. Before we can paint the room or do much of anything, the clutter absolutely had to be tackled. I mentioned in my kitchen decluttering video last week that I knew it was time to declutter because the mess was so out of control all of the time because we just have too much stuff. There's nowhere for anything to go because there's just too much of it. The same goes for our bedroom, and this was so overdue. But now I'm also stripping the rest of the bedding off of my bed because, like I mentioned, I wanted to get all of that cleaned. So we're going to do that, and then we'll work on getting everything taken out of the closet. I treat each organization or decluttering project differently, so sometimes I will empty out the space completely and I will go through each item individually, one by one, to determine what I want to keep or what I want to get rid of. But then there are other times where I find the method of taking every single thing out extremely overwhelming. There is no right way to organize and declutter, just do what works for you. As long as you get it done, that's all that matters.
From the first time
I could not believe how gross this closet was once I got it all emptied out. Some of this is definitely dust and fur balls that have accumulated from us, but some of it is still there from the previous owner. She didn't clean a single speck of anything before she moved out, so there was a lot of mess left behind, and I still have not tackled all of the mess that was left behind.
side of me, the one I'd like to be, a different side of me, yeah. You'll find a different side of me, like someone pretty neat, a different side of me, yeah.
For my other two recent closet organization videos, I have chosen to paint the closet and really fix it up, but on this day I really just wanted to focus on decluttering and organizing. So I did vacuum out the space really well, and then I also wiped it down, but I did not do any painting, and we are planning to have the floors replaced throughout the house. So when we do that, we'll be getting new baseboards as well. So I just figured that I would leave it for now, but it did kind of pain me a little bit to not fully make over the closet like I did for my other two videos. In an effort to reduce the number of cleaning products that I have in my home, I recently purchased the Blueland cleaning set. So it comes with a multi-purpose spray, a glass cleaner, and a bathroom cleaner. And I've been using only those three things for several weeks now and really liking them. So I was using that to wipe down the inside of the closet.
The layers are peeled away, got me moving through time and space. Your magic can't be erased, can't be erased. You'll find a different side of me, the one I'd like to be, a different side of me, yeah.
Now we are going to declutter my clothes. So the majority of this stuff is actually work clothes, and if you are new to my channel, you may not know that I do work a full-time job outside of YouTube. So I work a corporate job in banking, and I am fully remote. I'm also on maternity leave right now, so I have an 8-week-old baby. But when I do return back to work, it will not be in the office. It will still be fully remote. So I really had no need to hang on to all of this stuff, and I was hanging on to it just in case we ever did go back, but I decided to bite the bullet and just donate it all because I don't need it and somebody else may need it who's trying to enter the workforce. It definitely feels strange to kind of close that chapter of my life and know that I will never return back into a corporate office. I mean, I can never say never, but I am pretty sure that I'm going to be fully remote forever, and that's just such a crazy thing because so much of my life has consisted of commuting and daycare, and I feel thankful every day that I was able to find an opportunity that kept me at home. Plus I also have my YouTube.
I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now, and it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I'll drown.
I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this long term, but for now I'm putting it back into the closet and I'm going to use it to organize my shoes. I actually don't have that many pairs of shoes. I'm not one of those women that obsesses over shoes and just buys them all the time. I just have a few pairs, so I went through the little bag I had, which had not been touched since we moved in, of shoes, and I picked out some that I would like to keep, and the rest I did throw away because they weren't really donatable.
We could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be lying. I wish I didn't want you. I was doing just fine the way that it was. Then you hand me these emotions, didn't want them, but I guess that I'm stuck with them. They could go away, but I know they won't.
Now we're going to take a little break so I could make some food for everyone. Today we are making some ground beef burritos with garlicky rice from Every Plate. If you've never heard of Every Plate before, they are America's best value meal kit. If you've been on the fence about trying out a meal kit delivery service because of the premium price tag, Every Plate offers the same delicious meals but will not break the bank. Every week, you can choose from 17 delicious recipes, and Every Plate takes care of the rest, delivering all of the pre-portioned ingredients you need along with easy-to-follow recipe cards right to your door, all at a consistently low price. One meal with Every Plate is about the same price as 1 cup of coffee, plus it cuts out a trip to the grocery store and stressful meal planning. We have yet to be disappointed with an every plate meal. They've all been super easy to make and so delicious, especially with having a newborn and a 4-year-old. Life feels pretty chaotic right now, and it is such peace of mind to know that we have dinner planned at least 3 nights a week. It also keeps us from wasting money on takeout, which we were so guilty of the last few months, and we love getting to try new things every week since the recipes are always changing. Plus, you can even swap out your proteins and sides to your liking, which is especially helpful when trying to choose meals that your picky kids will eat too. The hours between 4 p.m. to like 7 p.m. as parents can be insane, and the nights we have an every plate meal to make, it takes me about 30 minutes or less to put dinner on the table, which is huge and saves me so much time. You can try Every Plate for just $1.79 per meal by going to everyplate.com and entering code Catherine179. That is CATHERINE179 at everyplate.com. The link will also be in my description box down below. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Every Plate for sponsoring today's video.
But I'm gonna dive into you. And maybe I'll try.
Getting back into the decluttering, I am going through everything that was in that closet. So I'm just going through each item one by one, determining if I want to keep it, if it's trash, or if it's something that I can donate. And then I'm going to start putting things back into the closet. This backpack I had packed up when we went away for a weekend to an indoor water park, and that was last May. So it has been almost a year since I packed up that backpack for us to go away for a weekend, and I never unpacked it. And that is because right after we got home, I found out I was pregnant, and it was a whirlwind of sickness and then moving, and I just never got around to it. So I thought it was pretty funny that I still had a backpack packed up from a little trip that we took almost a year ago.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, you're up in space. You're inside the noise. I can feel you. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart.
So that you get the full effect of this organization and decluttering project, I'm sharing the before one more time so you remember how bad this closet looked. And then here is the after. It looks so much better. There's way more space. My husband can actually put his things into the closet now. So I'm very proud of myself and so happy that I decided to do this. But we still have lots more decluttering to go in this room, so make sure that you stay tuned. The video does not end here.
The traveling kind, it's a known fact.
This Target bag was full of things that we had shoved into it as we were being discharged from the hospital after having our newborn 8 weeks ago, and it has been sitting on our bedroom floor ever since. So finally going through all of that clutter. We're also going to go through all of the clutter that has accumulated underneath the baby's bassinet and getting this room back in order.
Every moment tonight, they led me to you.
My nightstand is a super clutter magnet right now, just because I need to keep a lot of things close by in the night because I'm still waking up with the baby a couple of times every night. But there was also a ton of stuff inside the drawers in my nightstand that I really needed to go through that I had no use for in my life, and I've just, for some reason, been holding on to inside of my nightstand for who knows how long.
If I make it home tonight, may I hold you one last time? Let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me?
You guys will see in a couple of minutes that my husband still does not have a nightstand, and that's not because I didn't order him one, it's because it's been on back order forever. So I think it's finally coming in April, and I'm really looking forward to it because right now he's been using a trash can to hold things at night, which again, like I said, makes me feel like a broke college kid or something, like in our first apartment. It's not ideal. So I'm really looking forward to him having his nightstand, and it's just going to make the room look a little bit better. I also recently purchased him a dresser that matches the furniture that we have in our room. Surprisingly, that was not back ordered, but the nightstand still is. It's very strange. But I got him a tall dresser just for his things because up until that point, he had been using like fabric bins and plastic bins from Target to store all of his clothes, which was just not working, especially in such a small space.
One last time, let me hold you one last time. What if it's too late for me now? What if you gone to someone else?
Because the layout of our room is very awkward and it's really hard to place furniture, our TV is angled funny on the dresser, and it bothers me too, so I'm hoping that at some point we can mount it to the wall and then just have it like on a swivel mount that we can angle it out and then move it back during the day so it doesn't look so funky all the time. But the only thing that makes me kind of hesitant to do that is that we already use the available space on that dresser as a clutter magnet, so I feel like it's just going to get worse. Anytime we have a table or an open space that we can put stuff on, we will put stuff on it, and I really want to avoid bringing in any more clutter after working so hard getting this room back in order.
Let me feel your love again.
Anytime I'm cleaning, I like to get my diffusers going, so I'm putting some, I think it's the Retreat blend from, gosh, I don't think I can pronounce the brand, but I will link it down below if I can. But I'm just putting that blend into my diffuser and getting it going so that our room smells nice and fresh and clean.
Doing what we need to do, staying up all night. Everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you. Oh, I wanna be with you. Be with you.
Taking a little break because I feel like I can't get to like this side of the room or even that side of the room to deal with anything until I've made the bed, because this room is so small. It's just really difficult. So I'm going to take a little break, plus the baby's been sleeping in his swing for a while, so I should go get him. If you're wondering what the noise is, it is an air purifier that I have over there. I have a severe dust allergy, so last time I cleaned this room my allergies were awful. So I'm trying to have the air purifier going in here, and hopefully I I don't end up with that. This is where we're leaving off on right now. So all of this is to donate and all of this is trash. So that is quite a bit of stuff that fit into this tiny little room, and we're not even done yet. This fan has been bothering me for quite some time, but I just could not find the time or the energy to deal with it. So I'm finally tackling that, and I'm just taking the vacuum to it to suck up as much of this dust as I possibly can. I tried to see if there was a way that I could take the fan apart so I could really clean it, but I just couldn't figure it out. I don't really think there is a way with this one, but if I do figure it out, I will definitely be taking it apart to give it a really good clean. Now that my bedding was done being washed, I'm going to work on getting my bed put back together. This is probably the third week in a row that I've made my bed every single day, and it has felt amazing. And it may sound like something so small and so simple to everybody else, but when I was pregnant with our little boy, who's now 8 weeks old, I struggled a lot with prenatal depression, and I physically could not bring myself to do everyday tasks like making my bed. The state of my bedroom before I filmed this video was a pretty accurate representation of how I was feeling throughout my pregnancy, which was just not good. And if you guys have watched my channel for a long time, then you know that that is so not like me. I used to have just a dedicated cleaning channel before I got really into my small space organization videos. So my house was always super clean. I was very strict with myself about my cleaning routine and all of my rituals when it came to that, but I just let it all go out the window when I was pregnant because I physically could not bring myself to do much of anything other than lay on the couch or lay in my bed and just feel bad all of the time. Now that I'm on the other side of that and feeling like myself again, not a day goes by that I'm not grateful for my mental health and to feel good and to be able to do such simple things like making my bed. About a week before I filmed this video, I had actually lifted up my mattress and cleaned out the bed frame and underneath the mattress, and it was so bad. I can't even begin to tell you guys how gross it was. The amount of dust, there was also like cat throw up and just a lot of stuff underneath our bed. It was very nasty. And after doing that, I had a major allergy attack that night. I could not breathe. My lungs were all messed up. My eyes were itchy. My nose was running. And that just goes to show how bad our room actually got. All of that being said, I'm just so grateful every day to be feeling back to myself. And clearly this organizing, cleaning, and decluttering was very much needed.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good. Everyone has been telling me that you got me hooked. You're playing it big time. You're feeding me lies. Everyone has been bugging me to sever the ties. But I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see.
I have a very noisy baby on my lap right now, so if you're wondering what that is, that's what that is. If you hear some grunting and some cooing. But we're going to finish off this video just putting the rest of everything away, and then I'm going to share with you guys one more before and after so you can remember how bad my room was before we got started on this project. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you found it motivating. Don't forget to click the link in my description box below so you can check out Every Plate, and thank you again to Every Plate for sponsoring this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you'll come back again next week for another one.
I'm going to smile, but I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see. But now the never, ever, ever seemed to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. Lucky, lucky, lucky me. I won, got it done. Lucky, lucky, lucky me.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to share our updated bathroom with you all today. We have been working on this for over a month. It's taken up any and all of my extra time, not that I ever have any of that. So I'm going to be showing you what I can of the process of updating this bathroom, the logic behind the things that we chose for this space, and of course giving you all of my small space organizing ideas. If you're here just for the organizing, I will leave a timestamp in the description box below to where that begins. Otherwise, let's just get started with the makeover first. I want to preface this by saying that we are not professionals. We actually have no idea what we're doing, so just take everything that I say with a grain of salt in this video. I think that in hindsight, I would have hired at least a painter for this project if I could do it over again, but you live and you learn, and it still turned out nice. So anyway, the first thing that we did was remove the beadboard or wainscoting, whatever you want to call it. And now we are working on scraping all of the glue off of the wall. This was very tedious and frustrating, and we tried a bunch of different tools to do this to figure out what would work the best, and we found that this wall raiser worked the best, but it still was not great, and it took a really long time. And as I was going, I was using joint compound to fill in all of the holes on the wall and try to smooth it out. This took days and days and days of work because I just don't have a lot of free time, and I just had to do it when I had the time. So like I said, in hindsight, I would have probably hired a painter because I definitely underestimated how difficult that project would be.
Outside my window, is everything pale and cold? Can't seem to pick up my phone. It's been ringing all day long.
So to make this project extra fun, I decided to start all of this 2 weeks before we were hosting Carson's birthday party at our house. And if you don't know, this is our only bathroom, so we needed this bathroom to look somewhat presentable for this party. And demoing it 2 weeks before the party probably wasn't the smartest move, but it did light a fire under our butts, so to speak, and it got us moving probably a lot quicker than we would have otherwise. We were waiting on the vanity to arrive, so we weren't able to install our new vanity, mirror, or light until that vanity arrived, and that wasn't until after Carson's party. So you might see that this is just going to look a little bit funky because I'm painting around things that we're ultimately going to be taking down, but we needed the bathroom to be functional and look decent for the party since it is our only bathroom. But definitely don't do what I did because it made things a lot more complicated than they probably needed to be. So I would suggest that you be patient and maybe don't try and demo your bathroom right before you have an event at your house.
My bed feels like heaven. I lose track of time and space. Behind this clothes, I know the sun will be, but today's raining, so be patient with me. I'll be right. Somehow I must be somewhere the sky is blue. I'm too tired to sleep, too tired to do anything.
Like I said, the fixing of the walls was definitely the most tedious part. It took us a really long time because there was so much damage on the walls from the beadboard, wainscoting, whatever it's called, and it was just such a mess. And the reason why I didn't want to leave that beadboard is for a couple of reasons. One being that this bathroom is so small that even just that like half inch or inch that the beadboard stuck out from the walls felt like it made the bathroom that much smaller. And the other reason is that the bathroom does not have very good airflow, so it's a very humid environment and dust just tends to cling to everything in that type of environment. And I felt like the beadboard just constantly looked dirty, and no matter how much I cleaned it, it was always dusty and it was always sticky and always dirty. So I just needed to get rid of it and just start fresh with a clean wall. I don't know that I won't do some sort of accent at some point, but I'm definitely glad that the beadboard is gone, even though this was a huge pain, and I would for sure hire a painter if I were you. I would not try to do this myself ever again.
Who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed, 'cause baby I got you.
We bought this house in June of 2021, and we actually had a lot bigger plans than we ended up going through with for this house. There's a lot of different reasons why things didn't happen, but originally we were going to put on an addition, and I don't think we're going to do that now. But we are renovating our kitchen, and we are getting all new floors in the next couple of weeks. Our kitchen cabinets are scheduled to arrive August 30th, so hopefully by the end of August, things will be looking pretty close to done. I'm really looking forward to having a more modern and clean and pretty kitchen. But anyway, if you guys are interested in seeing any of that process, I would definitely say follow me over on Instagram, because I do not plan on doing like a kitchen makeover video since we hired out for this job. And if you guys want to see, I will definitely be posting the progress along the way over there.
I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I will tell the one I'm
Now it is finally time to paint. So this is when everything starts to feel like it's coming together and it just looks a lot less awful. So I was very happy to get some paint on the walls and cover up all of the colors. I don't know who picked the lilac or who picked the light blue. There was also a dark red under there, so that's crazy. I cannot imagine a dark red bathroom. But this color that I picked is Classic Gray by Benjamin Moore, and I went with this color because this is what we used in our new finished basement area, and I really like it. So just figured I would do it in the bathroom as well. Honestly, it is a tad bit dark for me. I wish it was a little bit lighter, but it looks a million times better than the colors that were there before. So I'm definitely happy with it, and maybe down the line I will choose to repaint it or hire a painter to fix all of my mistakes. But for now, it's good, and we do like the color.
afraid to love, not afraid to love you, not afraid to love you.
For the sake of the video, I'm only going to show you guys me painting one coat, and I do want to point out that no, I did not remove the outlet covers or anything like that in order to paint. And that is pure laziness because I just didn't want to take them off and deal with it. But I know that I should, so you don't have to leave a comment down below. I do know I should do that. And like I said, maybe at some point I'll hire a painter who can come in and do a lighter color for me and maybe fix my little mistakes. But for now, it's good enough for me. It looks fine. And I was just so ready, honestly, to be done with this project.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself.
It is so hard to film painting in such a small room, but I'm done painting for now until we get our vanity taken out, finish ripping out the beadboard. There's still beadboard back here that we just could not get to, so gotta rip this vanity out as soon as a new one comes in. Obviously have to do baseboards. I need to clean the grout like real bad in here. And then obviously we're taking out this mirror and we're taking out that light. So we still have so much work left to do in here, but Carson has a birthday party next week. So if we don't get to that before then, at least this bathroom is somewhat presentable. We kind of cut down the beadboard as much as we could so that there's not like jagged edges right here, but this is what we're working with. But the paint looks so much better, so much better. Obviously I still have some touching up to do, and I need to do like the door and the trim and stuff, and there were some that got up on the ceiling there, but otherwise like this looks a million times better. This bathroom is just so small that having the beadboard in here made it feel even that much smaller because it kind of like jutted out on either side here. So I'm so happy to see it go, but I'm loving the progress so far, and I can't wait to start hanging things up. We have our new cabinet that I think I'm gonna have my husband put in ASAP, and then also we have a toilet paper holder and towel racks and all that, so I can't wait to get all that put up. I searched high and low for a new vanity and a new cabinet and just could not figure out what style I really wanted or what I was going for, but ultimately I kept going back to the mid-century collection from West Elm. That's also what my bedroom furniture is. I have the mid-century bed and the mid-century dresser, and so I decided to go with those for the bathroom too, and I feel like it all kind of ties in together. But for this space, I wanted to go with the kind of acorn finish, and I love it. This is the last shot of the old vanity, and I'm excited to show you guys the new one that we got. So we ended up running into a little bit of a hiccup in here when my dad came to put in the vanity for us, which is in now, and it looks so good, so beautiful. But obviously we have a lot of work to do still fixing the wall over here. It's just the way that we had to do it. I know that most people would take the vanity out when they're demoing the bathroom and fix everything at the same time and fix it before you put the vanity back in, but we couldn't do that because this is the only bathroom that we have, and we just are working on very limited time to get things done. So it is what it is. We will fix the wall. But we had an issue with our electrical when my dad went to open up this wall to put the recessed mirror in, so we just had an electrician come and do what he needed to do so that we can put our new light up here and move all the electrical out of the way for the medicine cabinet. So next step, my dad is going to put in the medicine cabinet and the new light, and then things are going to start looking almost done, and I'm so excited. I didn't want to shove a camera in my dad's face when he was trying to work in this bathroom because this space is honestly, it's just too small to try and film a whole bathroom makeover, so I didn't get any clips of him installing it. But he came and he installed our new mirror and our new light, and I love them so much. But I did have a little bit of work to do around the mirror because you could see where the drywall was cut. There was just no, I think he called them like flanges or something that were supposed to go around the mirror, but this mirror did not come with any, so I had to try and correct it myself. So at first I tried using corner bead and that just was not working out. So then I ended up going in with paper joint tape, I think is what it's called. And I had to do layers and layers of joint compound and sanding to try and make it look somewhat seamless, but it was definitely tricky. This process, but this was so frustrating that I just did not film it. But I just put paper joint tape all around the mirror because, as you can see, there's a gap right there, and it was looking really rough because of just cutting into the drywall to install this mirror. So I applied that. That was not easy because this is such like a tight space, and all I had was this 6-inch putty knife to spread the joint compound. That was not ideal because it was too big for the space, so I had to get real creative to try and get this done. But I'm gonna let this dry, and then once it's dry I'm probably gonna apply another layer of it, sand it, do all that, and then I think I'm actually going to caulk down right here. I was going to put corner bead, and I did buy some, but it just was not sitting flush enough to the wall because there's like screws and stuff in here that are kind of interfering with it, and it was just getting to be too frustrating. So I went with the paper tape, and then I'll caulk it to hide that gap as best as I can. You only notice it when the medicine cabinet is open, but this was a super frustrating process, so I'm glad that this is at least somewhat done. Now we are moving on to another day, and this was the day that I decided that I was done waiting for this bathroom to be done and that I really needed to organize the space because, like I said, this is our only bathroom. And just having it in disarray for so long and not having all of our things in there where we can access them was just getting really difficult and annoying, honestly. So I'm going to really quickly do a little bit more sanding, and then I'm going to paint one final little bit on the walls, and then we are going to get to organizing. And I'm so excited to show you guys everything that I got to organize this bathroom and the ideas that I came up with. I think it came out really good, and I feel like we definitely utilized the space to its highest potential. You guys can see around the mirror, I had another layer of joint compound on there, and that was drying, and then I needed to sand it and paint again. So full disclosure, the bathroom was not fully finished when I filmed the organizing portion of this video, and I just don't want you guys to think that I left it that way. So these are all of the items that I purchased to organize this bathroom, and I did a little bit of research into them before I bought them. I wanted to make sure they were going to fit, so I really measured everything and thought pretty strategically about what I was going to put in each thing that I was buying before I bought them. So I'm going to leave a link in my description box down below to all of the items that I'm using in this video. Most of them are from Amazon or Target, and they're all relatively affordable. So if you're on a budget, maybe pick 1 or 2 items that might work for you and you can try them out in your space. I'm definitely not saying that you need to buy all of these things in order to have an organized space. Before I could get to organizing, I wanted to prep the space, so I'm of course cleaning everything off, and I'm doing that mostly because there was so much dust from all of the sanding, but I pretty much always clean off an area before I get to organizing it. I got this Gorilla Grip drawer and shelf liner on Amazon, and I really like this, and I think that not only does it protect the surface because this is a brand new beautiful vanity, I don't want to destroy it, but it also just keeps all of your organization from slipping and sliding around and ultimately getting messed up. So you don't have to do this, but I decided to do it just because I wanted to go the extra mile and really protect the surfaces in my vanity. Something I really liked about this vanity in particular is that it is about 6 inches smaller than the previous vanity that we had as far as width goes, and I did want it to go all the way up against that side wall there, but we were not able to do that just because of where the plumbing was located. And then the other thing that I liked about it is that it has legs, so there's a little bit of a gap down there, and I can store things like, for example, Carson has a stool that he needs to reach the sink, and I can push that underneath the vanity instead of having it directly in front of the vanity and kind of blocking it like we always have had in the past. We have been injured so many times by the stool that we had in the bathroom before, so I ended up buying a foldable one, which I don't know if I ended up showing in this video or not, but I did buy a foldable stool that I have been storing underneath the vanity, and it's worked so much better. I wanted to get everything built, put together, and then put inside of the areas that I planned to organize before I actually started filling them, just to make sure that the vision I had in my head was going to ultimately make sense and that I was organizing in the best way possible. These baskets fit perfectly, and I really like them because they are utilizing the vertical space that I have in this cabinet. This is a relatively small bathroom cabinet, but I feel like there's more storage in this vanity than there was in the old one, even though it is smaller. I just feel like the way that it's laid out makes a lot more sense than the one that we had before did.
You keep me wondering, is our love strong? Just like a love song, baby, it's haunting me. Don't know what you're thinking, it's like I'm sinking deep underwater. Maybe it's harder for me. Oh, harder for me.
This is how the Gorilla Grip ended up looking at the bottom of our drawers, and I am really happy that I decided to go the extra mile and do this step. I just think ultimately it's going to help protect the vanity and also help keep things from slipping and sliding all around.
Loving on me, loving on me. Maybe you won't see me get emotional, and sometimes I pretend I'm just above it all, but I want you lying next to me. Yeah, I want your body too. Yeah, body too.
Organization is all trial and error until you figure out what works for you, and I don't know that these containers are going to work. I really like the idea of them, but they're just a little too wide, so I can't fit more than, honestly, just these in here. I'm sure I can use them somewhere else in my house, but I'm gonna really think about it and decide if I'm going to return them or not. But I'm gonna try to use them and just see how it goes, if it helps me at all, and if it's not helping me, then I'll probably remove these. But like I said, it's all trial and error, so sometimes you win and things fit perfectly. Like, for example, these fit perfectly down here, and then other times things don't work. Before I go any further, I'm just going to pick up the bathroom a little bit because I just can't work in a messy space, and I was starting to get packaging and things everywhere. And then also our shower curtain had fallen down for some reason that morning, so I needed to put that back up. I just got this new one, and it is from Target. I think it's the Casa Luna line, and it's like a white waffle shower curtain, and I think it's so pretty. So I'll link it down below if you guys are looking for a new one. I just think it makes the bathroom look a little bit more like hotel vibes, and I'm into it.
Your body too. Yeah, body too.
I got this 2-tier stand from Amazon, and I really liked that it came with everything that you needed, like a little screwdriver. You didn't have to go and find a screwdriver in order to put it together. Just kind of a nice touch. But anyway, I'm putting that together, and I got this for the cabinet above the toilet because that cabinet does not have any shelving in it, and I felt like this would just help to raise some things up, and you would be able to see things better instead of just having everything sitting on one shelf right in front of each other and having things get buried.
I want your body, body. Say you love me, say you don't. Just give me something so I can move on. Pull me closer or push me away. Let me know if we'll be okay.
My absolute favorite thing about this whole entire bathroom is this medicine cabinet. It is stunning, it is amazing, and it adds so much storage space without taking up any additional room in the bathroom at all. And I feel like because this mirror is so tall, it also made the bathroom appear bigger. It also does not jut out very far like our old mirror used to, so it seriously feels like it opened up the bathroom so much. And I love that it has a mirror inside of it as well. So when you open it, you can still see yourself when you're doing your skincare or whatever it is that you're doing. So I got this mirror for myself, for my things to be stored in, and I'm filling it up with pretty much only my things. We don't have a master bathroom, so this is about as close to a his and hers sink as I'm going to get having my own mirror. So I'm taking full advantage and filling it up with my things, and I love it so much. You guys will see I'm going to continue messing with it throughout this video, but it just added so much storage space. And if you have a small bathroom like we do and you have the ability to put in a recessed mirror, I would 10 out of 10 recommend. But now we're going to work on organizing all of my makeup.
Show it enough. And I wish you could open.
I had been storing all of my makeup in like a travel case since around Christmas time, and it worked great for a while. And actually it was really convenient because I would bring it into the living room and I would get ready on the floor next to my baby while he was playing on his playmat. But he's now getting to be a little bit mobile, so I can't really do that anymore because he gets into everything and he puts everything in his mouth. So it was finally time for me to put all of my makeup back into a regular old acrylic organizer, and I got this one from Target from the Bright Room line, and I'm super happy with it. And I ended up putting it on top of my bathroom cabinet, and I think that's the perfect location for it, and it's been working out really great. Something else that I really like is that, as you can see, I have to wash every single item before I put it away because the way they were inside of that makeup case, sometimes things would leak and get all over everything. So pretty much everything needed to be cleaned, but now I feel like I won't run into that issue anymore. So I'm definitely glad that I was finally able to put all my makeup back into one of these acrylic organizers. Originally, I wanted one that was not clear because I feel like this can kind of look like clutter, but I just could not find one that I liked that was the right size, that was not clear. But now that it's in there, I think it looks fine and it doesn't make the room look cluttered. It took me some time to figure out what I wanted to put into the medicine cabinet versus what I wanted to put into the bathroom cabinet and all of that. So you'll see for a little while here, I'm kind of putting things away and then I'm taking them out and I'm trying them somewhere else, and I'm just kind of putting things all over the place. And I like to leave clips like that in the video because I want you guys to see that you don't always get it right on the first try, and that sometimes organization can take quite a bit of thinking and logic before you figure out what works for you. And honestly, sometimes it doesn't work for you, and a couple of weeks later you may realize that you need to try something else.
Wasn't
Before I put my makeup brushes away, I wanted to go ahead and clean them. I honestly can't remember the last time that I cleaned my makeup brushes, which is so bad. So that's actually why I included it in this video. A little bit of realness for you guys, but also a PSA to please clean your makeup brushes. It's probably time. A big reason why a lot of these makeup brushes were not cleaned for so long is because of how dysfunctional this bathroom space was before. It just felt like I couldn't do anything in there, and it felt like no matter what I did, things were unorganized and there was just chaos and it was just too much. So now that this space is organized, I honestly feel like it is so freeing and I feel like a different person, which sounds like really silly because we're just talking about a bathroom update and organizing a space, but it seriously made such a difference for me. And just having all of our things in a good place where they're easily accessible and things make sense, and not to mention how much cleaner this bathroom is now that we've put all of this new stuff in, it has seriously improved my mental health. Again, may sound silly to some of you, but it's the truth. But now I'm going to thin out my makeup brush collection. There was just a ton that I never use and probably never will use, so I got rid of those.
But I know I'm not over you. Keep missing a fight, even though there's overdue. We had a fire, now we're watching it burn low.
We had been storing most of our bathroom items in the baby's room for the past couple of weeks while we were working on the bathroom. So I'm going through that and decluttering it. I realized that while we were doing all of the renovations, there were some things that none of us were using. No one reached for it or asked for it in the time that we were working on the bathroom. So I just figured that that was a good time for me to say goodbye to those things. So I just made a couple piles, one to go into the bathroom, one to put into the linen closet, and then the other one is just trash.
Struggling to come through. We had a fire that we watched it burn out. Isn't it time we go our separate ways? Not enough time, not enough time. I'm falling behind, I hate to separate my body and mind, my body and mind.
Now we're going to work on putting things away into the vanity. So the first thing that I did was work on these drawers, and the drawer dividers did help a little bit. Like I said, they didn't really fit properly into these drawers like I hoped that they would. I guess my measurements were just a little bit off, but they did help to just compartmentalize some things, and I do suggest that you use something like that to divide out drawers. If you just have one big open drawer, it's going to look like a mess, but if you compartmentalize it and you just kind of divide it out some way, it will definitely help to make it look a little bit more organized.
But I know I'm not over you. Keep missing our fights. Think I'm losing my mind, but I guess that's what love do.
You will notice that I don't keep cleaning products under the sink in the bathroom, and that's because we have a linen closet directly outside of the bathroom, and that's where I'm storing those things because they're literally right around the corner. And I do have a video where I organized that linen closet, and I posted that back in, I want to say February, and that closet still looks pretty much identical to the way that I organized it then. So that's how you know that a system is working. I probably could do a little bit of a declutter in that closet, but honestly, it has really, really worked. So I'll link that video down below if you need some organization motivation for your linen closet.
It's electric when you kiss me. Never felt
So now I'm going to show you guys how everything ended up looking, and I'm so happy with it. Again, this mirror is top notch. It's amazing. It makes me so happy. Seriously, if you have a very, very small bathroom and you have the means to put in a recessed mirror, I would 1000% recommend it. It has made such a difference for us, but otherwise just using vertical space where you can makes such a difference. So using the shelf risers, using those 2-tier baskets, any stackable type of organizer that you can find. Drawer dividers can really help too in a small space. And you do not need to spend a ton of money on organization supplies. I purchased everything, like I said, from either Amazon or Target, but I know that Dollar Tree definitely has some good organization stuff. Sometimes the Target dollar section has some good organization stuff, so you do not need to spend a lot of money, but it is so nice to have an organized space. It, like I said, helps my mental health. Might sound silly to some people, but it is very true for me. Overall, I am so happy with our new updated bathroom, and I hope that you guys like it as well. It was not fully finished in this video, but it was close to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you again next week for another one.